Hello, hello, romance Ashley Collins, aka the Author Dragons. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. So I was listening to this, watching, reading, I don't remember, whatever, words. A study was done that said that the average American has a savings of at least $1,000. I am not the average American. Bro, when I heard that, I was like, fuck, I'm supposed to have $1,000. I have $50 saved up. Um, I'm laughing, but honestly, I had a mental breakdown the other day. I recorded it. I'm like, should I post this? Should I not? I don't know. I most likely will. But yeah, I don't have $1,000 saved up. And I was talking to my friend, just well, it wasn't really talking, it was just me just like incoherently crying and like sniffling and shit. And then someone said to me, "Why don't you just become a stripper?" That's nice. I I did this post before last year where I said, stop telling me to start an OnlyFans. But I forgot before OnlyFans, people would tell me you should really be a stripper because you're a really good dancer and you're really pretty. You have a really nice body. And it's like, why do you think that I should take that as a compliment? And it's like this weird juxtaposition where it's like, number one, I do think that is a flirting tactic. I do think that guys think that like it's supposed to be like, oh, I think that you're sexy and desirable, which is like, okay, but like you can use other words other than that. There are so many words that you can use in the English language. And you know where my mind is going with this. We're not going to talk about Joe Rogan right now. We're going to talk about that another day. But there are so many words in the English language that you could put together to weave together in order to compliment me, other than saying that you should be a stripper. Cool, 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 cool. Number two, I know that I complain overly a lot about how I'm so broke, how I'm broker than broke, right? I'm on my way to work now. They called me at the last minute, and I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'll show up. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I need the funds. I need to have at least $1,000 worth of savings. You know, um, and I know that we're all about making money fast because in order to survive on this planet, for some reason, you need funds. And I know that beggars can't be choosers. And I use the metaphor where, have you ever? I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. There's a homeless population everywhere and on every corner where you see a homeless person, and instead of giving them money, you are like, oh, well, I have food I can give you. And they're like, what kind of food is it? And you're like, it's a burger. And they're like, I don't want that. And then a little piece in the back of your mind, you're like, how dare you be ungrateful for the burger that I'm giving you? You can't be a beggar and a chooser. How dare you be selective? So when people suggest to me, you should start an OnlyFans or you should be a stripper, they're like, you can't be a beggar, Ashley, because at least you'll be making money. I feel like I've melted so much of my dignity. I've melted so much of my dignity and my self-respect. Now it's come to that. I have a bachelor's degree. I know that I look young, but I'm actually quite old. I have a bachelor's degree. I went to college. I'm almost a level one sommelier. I know wine very well. I'm a one stripe in jujitsu. I know how to sing and dance at the same time. Um, I'm an actor. I know how to write scripts. I know how to edit videos. I know how to do makeup and hair. Um, I have all of these qualifications. I'm so skilled at so many things. I know how to change a tire. I know how to change oil in a car. But for some reason, none of that matters. All of that goes out in the back burner. You should just start stripping. I've been thinking a lot about how I hate to sound like I don't want to go full Alex Jones, but it feels a little bit of like a strategy, this whole women's empowerment movement. And I know this sounds so hypocritical because I'm in my bra, but also it's just a bra, like grow the fuck up. It's a bikini fucking top. But you know how like you'll see someone like half naked in public, and then people will congratulate you like, yeah, you're brave, go sis, take your womanhood back, take your power back. And it's like, that's supposed to be empowering. and and then we look up to people like Cardi B. We look up to people like Meg Thee Stallion as idols, as people that we look up to, people that we want to be like. Why is that the standard for women to want to be like? For people, for women to want to replicate, you know? Men have people like Michael Jordan. They have people like Tom Brady. They have people like Elon Musk to look up to. But I'm supposed to look up to Cardi B. And I saying stuff like that, I talk often about how women are really mean to each other, right? And I don't mean to say that in a disrespectful way, because she found her niche, and it's working for her. And she said before, I never said I'm a role model to your kids. But when you're when you're in the spotlight, when you're in the limelight, you kind of are. Who do we have to look up to? Like I said, Little Kim. And like I said, I don't mean to say that in a vindictive and evil way. And I know people can chop and screw stuff to make it seem like an evil kind of intent. But when I think stripper, first of all, why do we still need strip clubs and brothels? Why do we still have them? Why are they still existing? Because there are still many weak men in the world who, and sex is something that's desirable. You know, I just really recently learned today. I was really curious why reindeers have antlers. And I was like, why is that necessary? It's all about sex. Everything is all about sex. Everything is all about how you can attract a mate into your life. And I get that. And it's entertainment, I guess. I don't know. Like, I've been to strip clubs before, and I get bored. But also, I'm not the target audience, you know? What was I saying about I can't stop thinking about like Sodom and Gomorrah, you know? We're supposed to be more of a civilized society. And there's always that strip that has the most popular strip clubs that cost like $50 to get in, and you're gonna spend another 50 on drinks, and then you're gonna spend another 100 on throwing ones and getting lap dances. But it's like, are we really that civilized? Oh, I think that in order to be a stripper, it is a skill, you know? I took a pole class once and I fucking sucked, you know? and and if I'm gonna give someone a lap dance, I'd want it to be my own partner, which makes me think, like, I know that that's a kink for some fucking reason. People watching their partner have sex with someone else, but it's like, how much of a coward are you? It's like when you're scrolling through porn and you're watching porn, right? And for some reason there's an amateur category, which has been happening a lot during the pandemic because porn stars can't work. And it's like, I don't want to watch ugly people fuck. That sounds so rude. But like, honestly though, I'm serious. Like, I know that we're supposed to say we're all beautiful in God's image, whatever, but I'm not God, and you are unattractive. You are physically unattractive. I don't want, like, if I want to watch ugly people fuck, I would just go into my neighbor's yard window and watch him fuck. He's not ugly. I hope he's not watching this. You're not ugly. That was a joke though. That was a bad joke. Hopefully he doesn't see that part. But yeah. I think that, but you don't see that though. You don't see that in your everyday strip club. You see unattractive women with plastic bodies or like overly overweight bodies who are stripping. But it's like, do we have no standards then? If we're gonna keep strip clubs, if we're gonna keep prostitutes, and if we're gonna keep brothels, there has to be kind of some kind of standard of how they look and how they carry themselves. Shouldn't there? God, now I sound like a fucking pimp. Like I said, I know that I'm very awkward. I'm very weird. I'm like on this pole, pun intended. I'm on this pole of, I have very low self-esteem and self-worth, but I also don't think that I'm a shitty person. I think I'm very skillful. I think that I have something that's worth bringing to society. But it's like, but you can't be picky, and you're broke, and you need to get, and you need a car, you need to move outside of your mom's house. So just shut up and bend over. I've had that before, where men will ask me for just a night for money. 100% of the time I say no. One time, um, he just wanted to cuddle. And I just cuddled with him and he paid me. Nothing sexual happened. No making out. No finger stuff, whatever. It was just cuddling. I felt sad for him. I felt low for myself. This women's empowerment movement, I think, has gotten a little backwards. I don't think that this was the intent. I don't think that this is what Susan B. Anthony wanted. I don't think that this is what they intended. I don't think that Janet Jackson, this is not what she intended in the women's movement, encouraging girls to be whores. Something that Andrew Schultz said recently, I know that a lot of people don't like him right now. I can be famous doing something that's truly worthless to society. Is being a stripper worthless to society? It is an art-ish. I don't know. Art is such a is a word that has so many multiple branches to it. But when you go to the strip club, you're not going to see women that look like Lady Gaga, you know? If you saw, what's the movie called? With her and Bradley Cooper, you know what I'm talking about. You're not going to see women who look like that. There's no heart put into it. There's no effort put into it. And I'm not going to go and change that in the strip lifestyle. I'm not going to be a stripper. Stop it. Quit it. There are jobs some jobs that you just, you know, when you were a teenager and your first job was probably at McDonald's, you know, or your local supermarket, Walmart, you know. As you get older, let's say that maybe you end up being a manager at that McDonald's or being a manager at that local supermarket. I don't think I'm that low in life. I don't think that I'm that high and mighty that I can't work at the local gas station or the local Walmart in order to make extra money. But I can't. I wouldn't want to date a guy who accepts me for being a stripper. I want to date a man, not a coward. I'm not trying to shame you. You know, it's your body. Da 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 da. We've used that line so much that we don't know what it actually means anymore. This is going to sound really backward, but I belong to you. My nude body belongs to you. And I want you to see that. And I want you to cherish that. And I want you to worship that. Not some stranger who's going to hand me $1,000 for my savings. I hope I don't shoot myself in the foot. Okay, that's it. Bye. Happy whatever day that you're watching this that ends with a Y.